Ladies, have you ever wondered why some women seem to effortlessly captivate a man's heart, even when he has countless options? It's not just about beauty or charm, it's about a deeper magnetic power that comes from within. Welcome to Feminine Queen, where we celebrate the regal essence of women who lead with confidence, grace, and wisdom. I'm here to guide you through the art of becoming the woman who doesn't just attract love, but commands devotion. Today we're exploring how to make a man choose you, even when he has many options, drawing on the profound insights of Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist who understood the depths of the human psyche. You see, being a feminine queen isn't about chasing or begging for attention. It's about embodying a strength so profound that it draws others to you naturally. Carl Jung once said, "A marriage is more likely to succeed if the woman follows her own star and remains conscious of her wholeness than if she constantly concerns herself with her husband's star and his wholeness." This is the essence of feminine power, knowing your worth, staying true to yourself, and letting that inner wholeness radiate outward. It's not about games or manipulation, it's about awakening the regal force within you. So my queens, let's dive into this transformative journey together. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to harness your feminine strength to not only attract, but also keep the man you desire. Are you ready to claim your throne? 1. The principle of inverted power. The woman who needs nothing owns everything. The first principle of feminine power is this: the woman who needs nothing from a man actually owns everything. This isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about emotional sovereignty. When you are complete within yourself, you don't chase, you magnetize. Men are naturally drawn to women who are whole, who don't seek validation from them. Carl Jung understood this deeply when he said, "Men fear the woman's earthiness. Her earthiness is her power, her connection with earthy reality, and men fear it because, as Jung realized, women are really the tougher sex. This toughness, this inner strength, is what makes you truly powerful. When you don't need a man to complete you, you become the unshakable force that others orbit around. Imagine a woman who walks into a room, not seeking approval, but radiating quiet confidence. Her presence alone shifts the energy. That's you, my queen, when you embrace your wholeness. So, how do you cultivate this emotional sovereignty? It starts with knowing your worth, with understanding that your value isn't determined by whether a man chooses you or not. It's about being content with who you are, with your own company, and with your own life. Spend time nurturing your passions, building your dreams, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. When you reach this state, you exude a confidence that is magnetic. You don't shrink, beg, or bargain for attention. You simply exist in your full, untamed essence, and that is what draws him in. Psychologically, this aligns with the idea of self-efficacy, believing in your own ability to shape your life. 2. The illusion of effort. Why trying harder backfires. Society often tells us that if we want something, we have to work hard for it, but in relationships, trying harder can backfire. Overgiving or over-efforting diminishes your value. Every extra text, every compromise of your standards, every moment spent molding yourself to fit his desires erodes your power. True allure isn't built on labor. It's cultivated through elegant restraint. Carl Jung might say this is about not losing yourself in the relationship. He believed that a woman should follow her own star, not orbit around her partner's. When you do that, you maintain your individuality, your mystery, and your value. Think of it like a rare gem. Its worth comes from its rarity, not from being handed out freely. Psychologically, this ties into the concept of scarcity and perceived value. What is easily obtained is easily discarded. If you're always available, always bending over backward, he starts to take you for granted. But when you maintain your standards, when you don't compromise your values, you force him to rise to your level. This isn't about being unfeeling. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and affection are precious. Instead of sending that extra text, focus on your own goals. Instead of reshaping yourself to fit his mold, stay true to who you are. When you value yourself, he will too, because you've shown him that you're a prize worth pursuing. 3. Competing for attention is the death of majesty. A queen does not compete for attention, she commands it. When you find yourself vying for a man's attention, you're already losing your power. Men are wired to value what they have to work for, not what is readily available. This is where the concept of scarcity comes in. By being selectively present, by not always being available, you increase your value. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are precious. Carl Jung would likely agree that this is about authenticity. When you are true to yourself, when you don't pretend to be someone you're not just to please a man, you naturally command respect and attention. Your presence becomes a privilege, not a guarantee. Imagine a woman who doesn't line up with others begging for scraps of affection. Instead, she stands apart, radiating confidence and purpose. While others clamor for his attention, you redefine the game entirely by simply being yourself. Psychologically, this taps into the principle of social proof. When you act as though you are enough, others perceive you as such. You don't need to compete, my queens, because you are a feminine queen, and your majesty is undeniable. 4. The psychological law. Scarcity dictates value. Let's delve deeper into the psychological law of scarcity. In psychology, it's well known that people place more value on opportunities that are rare or scarce. This applies to relationships as well. When you are not always available, when you have your own life, your own interests, you become more desirable. But this isn't just about physical presence, it's about emotional scarcity too. When you don't give away your emotions freely, when you guard your heart, you make him work for your affection. And when he invests effort, he attaches more meaning to the relationship. Carl Jung's concept of individuation, the process of becoming whole and integrating all aspects of yourself, ties into this. When you are complete on your own, you don't need him to fill a void. Practically, this means prioritizing your own life. Fill your days with purpose, whether it's your career, hobbies, or friendships. When he sees that your world is rich and fulfilling, he'll want to be a part of it. This isn't manipulation, it's the natural order of worth. By being selectively present, you signal that your time is valuable and he must earn a place in it. This creates a dynamic where he pursues you, not because you're playing games, but because you're a woman who knows her worth. 5. Emotional anchoring. Be unforgettable, not perfect. Men don't fall in love with perfect women. They fall in love with women who make them feel something deep, something unforgettable. It's not about being flawless. It's about creating emotional imprints. Carl Jung might say this is about connecting with his soul, not just his ego. When you challenge him, intrigue him, and leave him wanting more, you create a bond that is hard to break. Perfection is forgettable. Depth is eternal. This is where your feminine wisdom shines, my queens. You don't need to be everything to everyone. You just need to be real. A single conversation with you can linger for years because you speak to his soul, not just his surface desires. Psychologically, this is called emotional anchoring, creating moments that resonate deeply. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on being present, authentic, and engaging. Share your thoughts, challenge his ideas, and let your unique energy shine through. When you do this, you become the woman he can't stop thinking about, not because you're perfect, but because you're unforgettable. 6. The conquest instinct. Let him earn you. Men have a natural conquest instinct. They want to pursue, to win. When you let him earn your affection, when you don't give in too easily, you tap into this instinct. The more he works for you, the more he values you. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding human nature. Carl Jung would likely say this is about allowing him to prove himself worthy, which in turn makes the relationship more meaningful for both of you. A man's deepest satisfaction comes from the pursuit, not just the prize. Practically, this means setting boundaries and maintaining your standards. Don't rush to give him everything he wants. Let him show you he's worthy of your time and affection. When he invests effort, he attaches meaning to you. This creates a bond that's stronger than fleeting attraction. You become irreplaceable not because of what you do for him, but because of who you are, a feminine queen who knows her value. 7. Respect over desire, the long game of power. Desire is fleeting, but respect lasts. When you command respect, you become irreplaceable. A man may desire many women, but he will only commit to the one he respects. Carl Jung understood that respect comes from being an equal, from standing your ground. When you are his equal, you are no longer disposable. You become the standard he measures all others against. This is the long game of power, my queens. It's not about being worshipped, it's about being revered. To earn respect, focus on your own growth and integrity. Be a woman who stands by her values, who doesn't compromise her principles for temporary affection. Psychologically, this aligns with the concept of self-respect. When you respect yourself, others follow suit. When you seek respect over fleeting desire, you build a foundation that can withstand time and temptation. All right, feminine queens, thank you for being the heart of this incredible community. We wouldn't be here without your likes, comments, and shares. Keep that powerful energy flowing, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and share. I'll love you forever for it. 8. The eyes versus hands. Principle. How he judges you. Men don't fall in love with what you do for them. They fall for how you make them feel about themselves. It's not about your actions, it's about your presence, your energy. Carl Jung might say this is about elevating him, about making him feel like a better version of himself when he's with you. A single glance from you can ignite his ambition, while another woman's sacrifices might go unnoticed. This is the eyes versus hands. Principle. Men judge you by how you make them feel, eyes, not by what you do for them, hands. Master this, and you control the narrative of attraction. Instead of focusing on doing things for him, focus on being present and inspiring. Share a moment of genuine connection, challenge him to be better, or simply make him feel seen. Psychologically, this taps into the power of emotional validation. When you make him feel valued, he associates that feeling with you. This is how you become the woman he can't live without. 9. Emotional neediness is the scent of fear. Desperation is unattractive. When you show emotional neediness, you signal fear, and fear is not attractive to high-value men. Instead, maintain your emotional stability. Carl Jung would likely advise that your peace should not depend on him. When he sees that you are stable, that you don't panic when he withdraws, he either rises to meet your energy or fades away. Both outcomes serve your destiny. Your emotional stability is your greatest weapon, my queens. Psychologically, this is about emotional regulation. When you can manage your emotions, you project confidence and strength. If he pulls back, don't chase him. Focus on yourself. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Surround yourself with supportive people and let your inner peace shine through. When he sees that you're unshaken, he'll either step up or step aside, and either way, you remain a feminine queen. 10. Respond, don't react. The mark of a sovereign woman. A queen doesn't react impulsively. she responds with intention. When you are tested, take a moment to pause, reflect, and then respond thoughtfully. This shows self-mastery, which is incredibly attractive. Carl Jung would say this is about not being controlled by your emotions, but rather using them wisely. It's the ultimate display of power. While others might drown in emotional chaos, you remain unshaken. This isn't coldness, it's confidence. Psychologically, this aligns with the concept of mindfulness, being aware of your emotions without letting them control you. When he tests you, whether by pulling back or challenging you, take a breath and choose your response carefully. This shows that you're in control, not just of the situation, but of yourself. It's the mark of a sovereign woman, a feminine queen who commands respect through her composure. 11th, selective availability. Your time is sacred. Your time is precious, and he must earn a place in it. Don't cancel your life for a man. Have a full, purposeful schedule. This shows that you value yourself, which in turn makes him value you more. Carl Jung might say this is about not losing yourself in the relationship, about maintaining your individuality. When your life is rich and fulfilling, he becomes the one who must fit into your world, not the other way around. Practically, this means prioritizing your own goals and passions. Fill your calendar with activities that light you up, whether it's a new hobby, a career milestone, or time with friends. When he sees that your time is sacred, he'll work harder to be a part of it. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect, and it's what makes you a feminine queen. 12th, thoughtful responses. Silence speaks louder than begging. When he withdraws, don't chase him. Instead, retreat with grace. Silence can be a powerful tool. Let him wonder, let him miss you, and let him return on his knees. Carl Jung would likely agree that silence allows space for reflection and can be more impactful than words. This isn't about punishment, it's about presence. When you respond thoughtfully rather than reactively, you maintain your dignity and power. Psychologically, this taps into the power of absence. When you don't immediately react to his withdrawal, you create space for him to feel your absence. This can trigger a fear of loss, making him realize your worth. Instead of begging for his attention, focus on your own life. Your silence speaks louder than any words, and it reinforces your status as a feminine queen. 13. Fear of loss, the ultimate motivator. A man only truly realizes your worth when he fears losing you. Live in a way that makes your absence unbearable for him. When he knows you can walk away without looking back, he will fight to keep you. This is about not being afraid to let go, about knowing that you are complete without him. Carl Jung's concept of individuation comes into play here. When you are whole on your own, you don't cling, you choose. Psychologically, the fear of loss is a powerful motivator. When he sees that you have a fulfilling life, that you're not dependent on him for your happiness, he'll work harder to keep you. This isn't about threats, it's about living authentically and confidently. When you embody this, you become the woman he can't imagine losing. 14. Authenticity. Overperformance. The crown of truth. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. Real power lies in being authentic. A man may enjoy the performance, but he will only love the real you. Carl Jung would say that authenticity is key to genuine connection. When you are true to yourself, you attract those who appreciate you for who you really are. This is the crown of truth, my queens. When you stop performing and start being, you become irresistible. Psychologically, authenticity fosters trust and connection. When you're genuine, you create a space for real intimacy. Instead of trying to be what you think he wants, be yourself, flaws, passions, and all. This is what makes you a feminine queen, your unapologetic authenticity. 15. The final paradox. The woman who can leave is the only one he wants to stay. The ultimate test of feminine power is the ability to walk away. When you release the need for him, you become the only one he cannot live without. It's a paradox, but it's true. Carl Jung might say this is about individuation, being whole on your own, which makes you more attractive to others. When you can leave, you hold all the power. Psychologically, this aligns with the concept of autonomy. When you show that you're not dependent on him, you become more desirable. This isn't about playing games. It's about knowing your worth and choosing yourself first. When you embody this, you become the woman he will fight to keep, because you are a feminine queen. This journey we've taken together isn't about playing games. It's about awakening the regal force within you. The feminine queen doesn't manipulate, she transcends. When you embody these truths, you don't seek love. You attract devotion effortlessly. The world bows to the woman who knows her worth. Carl Jung's wisdom reminds us that true power comes from within, from following your own star and embracing your wholeness. So, my queens, will you rise to meet your destiny? Will you claim your throne and live as the powerful, sovereign woman you were meant to be? Each step you take toward self-mastery, toward authenticity, is a step toward becoming the woman who doesn't just attract love, but commands it. You are not here to play small, you are here to shine. Thank you for joining me today on Feminine Queen. If this video resonated with you, please like, comment, and share it with your fellow queens. Your support keeps this community thriving, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more empowering content. Until next time, stay regal, stay powerful, and remember, you are a feminine queen.